What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. It's the start of the week. This is Thomas's Dasher Stories, and I'm on the road to complete 5,000 deliveries as soon as possible. First, I said I was going to try to do it by October. It's already October 18th. I don't think I'm going to get 5,000 deliveries or get to 5,000 deliveries by the end of October, but I'm definitely still on the road to try to complete 5,000 deliveries as soon as possible. I'll take you guys on the ride with me through these updates. Basically, thank you to all who have commented on my videos. I've gotten a few comments on my video about the ratings app glitch, how it seems like there's sometimes your ratings go up for no reason or go down for no reason, and then they'll be back up again, and then they'll go down. One of the people that commented brought up a ratings calculator app, so shout out to you. Thank you for bringing that to my attention because I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. Not that I need more apps on my phone, but it is what it is. In fact, I went through a few weeks ago. I took a few things off of my phone. Maybe not a few weeks ago, maybe more like a month or so ago. I took some things off of my phone, like GarageBand, this, that, things I'm never going to use that are just using up data on my phone. Because between the DoorDash app, the Roadie app, I use Everlance to track my mileage and expenses, and also the fact that the Roadie app doesn't have its own in-app navigation, so you have to use your own Apple navigation. So basically the last 2 months I've gotten a few texts towards the end of the month saying, hey, you're running low on data. Thank God for having Wi-Fi at the house, because if I didn't have my Wi-Fi at the house, then I would burn through my data so quickly. All I do is watch YouTube. If I'm either working out, I'm playing PlayStation, or I'm watching YouTube. And in between that, I'm doing deliveries. So, anyways, update on how last week went. I think I knocked out about 76 deliveries. And my income was not bad from what I made regularly. Since I'm in California, I also get the Prop 22 adjustment pay. So the fact that I never went, okay, I take that back. I went to Sonoma County on Monday, and I did a lot of driving. Tuesday, I stayed in Lake County. Wednesday, I stayed in Lake County for most of the day, and I went to Ukiah for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Thursday, stayed in Lake County all day, made my minimum goal and a little bit more. Friday, I took off because I had to do laundry. Which I guess really screwed over the subway in my town. So a little story about that is I took Friday off. I went over, visited my mom, took care of my laundry, saw my mom's dog, played with their dog, saw my stepdad, all that good family stuff, and washed my Buick because as you know, the windows don't, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and at the time the window was stuck open. Now I got it up, thank God, because it was raining last night. But the other day it was stuck kind of open, so I didn't want to run it. It really needed to be washed, but I didn't want to run it through the car wash with the open window, so I drove it to my mom's so I could use her big garage and all of her stuff, her big brush, and clean up the Buick. So back to what I had to say about Subway that was Friday when I took all day off. I didn't do any dashing on Friday, which it's not really the best day to take off because you're leaving money on the table, but it is what it is. So I go to Subway on Saturday. I think I actually picked up 2 orders there. I picked up 2 orders that were on the pickup rack, which were both going to security guards to the hospital up the street from my house. And so second time, both of the orders were on the pickup rack ready to go. So a couple hours later, I get another order. I drive out there. Now there's a different employee, and it looks like the owner, because I think it's a franchise, so it looks like it's a different employee, and the franchise owner's in there now. And I walk in, and the guy goes, hey, you're with DoorDash, right? I go, yeah. He goes, so due to what happened yesterday, he goes, I'm going to have to I have to wait until a driver gets here to make the order. And then the franchise owner was telling me, he goes, yeah, man, he goes, we had like 5 or 6 orders yesterday and nobody came for them. I don't, part of me felt a little bad, but at the same time, it's like, you know, just because I'm one of 2 drivers in this area, because I've only seen one other driver. I heard that there was a lady that also does it, so possibly there's 3. And I can bet you dollars to donuts that the old man that I ran into the other day and the lady that does this are not full-time dashers. This is not their main source of income. This is I'm not for sure, but I can bet dollars to donut it's a part-time thing for them. So there might be only 3 dashers in this town, and I am the only full-time dasher. So I can't be. I'm sorry if I need a day off. I can't. It's not my fault that the other drivers don't pick up orders. There's, like I said, if I'm not active, then there's only 2 people here, and I'm pretty sure they're part timers. So that was a little thing that happened. Not that big of a deal because it's Subway. I mean, if you've ever been in the Subway, you know that sandwiches do not take very long to make. And I'm really working on my patience. Also, too, this is a very small town, so you can't cherry pick and just be like, you know what I'm saying? I can't go up to the Subway, have them tell me, hey, it'll be like 5 minutes because I got to make the sandwiches. Being in a small town like this, I don't have the luxury to unassign, because it could be another hour or 2 before I get another order, which is one of the reasons why I do have to go to other areas and dash. Thankfully, last week I didn't. Like I said, yesterday, Sunday, I went out to Ukiah till about 3 o'clock. And now we're going to get into the title of the story here. Because yesterday, while I was doing my deliveries, I ran into blasts from my past. Basically, I was in Ukiah. I was working. Now, a little backstory to what happens here is from 2017 to 2020, I worked at Taco Bell in San Ramon, California. I went through several GMs, horrible staff, horrible GMs, horrible shift leads, and finally, I got a GM. Her name was Cindy Chan, and she was great. At first, I really didn't like her, and we kind of butted heads a little bit. But over time, over the months, I think we worked together most days for like over a year, and I got close with her. I like Cindy. We both, she was much older than me, but I was much older than the rest of the employees. Like, this was Taco Bell. The median age of the workers was like 15 to 20, 21. And I'm like 30, I'm 31. And then there's a few other people in there with me. There's this cool lady. Cool lady from, she was from Africa. I don't know what part, but her name was Isabel. And she had immigrated from Africa. She could speak fluent Spanish, and she just had stories for days. Isabel was awesome. She was a great singer. She would be on the line just singing. I would yell over to her like, "Turn it up, Isabel! Turn it up!" Like, Isabel was awesome. But really, like, that's how it was all the kids, and then it was me, and then it was like Isabel and Sydney were the only 2 people that were older than me. So Sydney was really cool. She said she was retiring, and she told me she knew I was from Lake County. She knew I had family up here, and she told me she was moving to Kelseyville. I'm like, oh yeah, I know, yeah. I'm up in the county all the time. I'm up there every other weekend if I'm not performing or something like that or working, So she leaves, and then several months after that, I really didn't like the guy who took her spot. Actually, it wasn't him too much. Like, me and him, we started getting along all right. It was a dude under him, the assistant GM, which I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy or a badass or anything like that, but I'm glad the way that I left Taco Bell. The way that I left, I'm glad it happened that way, because had I stayed there, I probably would have punched the assistant general manager in the face. He was one of those guys that he owned a bunch of guns, and he thought because he owned a bunch of guns that made him a tough guy, and that made him like people should be scared of him. I'm like, you own a bunch of guns, dude. I'll knock you in your face, knock you out, and start stomping your head into the ground. You won't even get a chance to go grab a gun. That doesn't make you tough. That doesn't make me scared of you. I really didn't like that guy. And, that's why they got what they got from me. It was either I was going to come in there hammered out of my mind and make a scene and just be a drunken fool, which is what I did, or I was going to put my hands on somebody, which is not something I want to do. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. So anyways, back to the blast from the past. Several months ago, I'm in Clear Lake looking for orders. I'm taking a day off, didn't leave the county, so I'm just kind of cruising around Clear Lake looking for orders. I pull into the Taco Bell. I see this gray Charger next to me. Cindy used to drive a gray Charger. I look over, and it's her in the car. I go, what are you doing? I knew she had moved up here. I didn't know she was working at the Taco Bell in Clear Lake. What are you doing? She goes, I'm just working as the GM here for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool, good to see you. I told her I moved back up here. I'm not living in the Bay Area anymore, cool. Didn't see her again since then. So yesterday, I get an order. I'm in Ukiah. I get an order for Taco Bell. I pull into the driveway. And this Taco Bell usually has been unassigned for me because their lobby has been closed. So I pull in, and it looks like the drive-thru is not that busy, so I'm like, cool, I'll swing in. And then as I swing in, I see people in the lobby. And I'm like, I look, and I don't see the sign up there anymore that says that the lobby's not open. So I'm like, cool, I'm swinging in there. I park, and as I park, I go to open my door and look out the side of my car as I'm going to open my driver's door. I see a gray Charger. I go, no way. There is no way. There is no way Cindy can be here. I get out, I walk in. Sure enough, she's right there. I walk up to the counter to get my order. She walks up, how are you doing? I go, what are you doing? She walks up, hi sir, how are you? I go, what are you doing here? She looks and goes, Thomas. I go, what are you doing here? I go, I live like 30 miles away. I go, I came out here to just do some work. She goes, what, are you picking up an order? Yep, I'm picking up an order for so-and-so. She goes, all right, cool. I goes, yeah, I'm just up here training people. Cool, well, I'll see you around, blast from my past, I'm like, what a trip, What a trip that somebody from the Bay Area that I knew, I see so much now. I've seen so many times since I've left the Bay Area. And I've cut ties with everybody that I knew in the Bay Area. Like I said, if any of them come across my videos, I'm sorry. I love you guys. I need to work on myself. I need to get my life and things in my life that I want. Like my own place. And maybe one day when I can work on myself personally and really get my life as well on track as I can come back if you guys want me back. But that's beyond the point. So that was the first blast from the past. Now, the second blast from my past actually brought me up to my minimum goal for the week. I left Ukiah, and I was $18 short of my minimum goal, and I got 2 orders. The first one was a McDonald's when I got back into town. I got back into town where I live. I got 1 order. McDonald's for $8. I go and drop it off, and the name, I won't say the name, but the name and the last initial, I go, I wonder, I know I used to know a girl that lived in Lakeport that had the same first name and the last initial. And I'm trying to think, I don't know if we went to school together. I'm not 100% sure if we went to school together, but she dated one of my friends way back in the day. She dated one of my friends, and then think she knew, I'm pretty sure she was friends or at least knew one of my exes. So we didn't really know each other too well, but we were associated through, there was a time where she was my friend's girlfriend, and then there was a time where she knew my ex, or I actually think they had went to school together, not, but whatever. I go drop the order. It's a leave it door, but as I go to drop it off, I hop out. I'm running across the street because it's pouring rain at this point, and I was not dressed for rain. As you can see, I'm dressed for cold weather and rain today. I got the hoodie, I got the hat, I got sweats on. Yesterday, I had a long sleeve shirt and shorts on, and then it started dumping rain on me. So I run across the street. I'm heading up to the front door. The girl comes out. Dollars to donuts. I knew who it was. The girl from my high school, or like I said, I don't know if we went to high school together. I don't know if her and my ex went to high school together, but I do know she knew my ex, and she used to date one of my friends. So, and I don't know if it says the full name on the customer side. I don't know if it just says, Thomas and my last initial, or if it says my full name. Also, too, there's so many people that have my name in the world, like my exact name, my first and last name, that it could be very hard to know that maybe that is him. Probably a little easier because it's a small county, but anyways, I dropped the McDonald's off. I don't think she recognized me. If she did recognize me, she didn't say anything. I didn't say anything either. I didn't be like, hey, I know you, because if we don't need, I'm not about that. If we don't need to be about that, like, I don't need to catch up and reminisce with you. It was different with my boss, because like that was my boss. I used to spend every single day in the trenches of Taco Bell with her. This was a girl that I knew from high school, and from being a young adult, that I haven't seen in like 10, 15 years. So she looked the same though, so I knew it was her. She looked about the same. I don't look anything like I used to at all from 10, 15 years ago. A lot of it's weight. I was probably like 10, 15 years ago, I was probably like 180, 200 pounds. Now I'm like probably like a buck 20, a buck 30, maybe a buck 40 on a heavy eating week. But I even saw an old friend from high school a few days ago. He works at a car dealership up the road, and I was pulling into Taco Bell to pick up an order, and I look over and I'm like, oh, dude, that's him. I park. I come walking up. I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, Thomas. It's like, damn man, I didn't even recognize you, you skinny mf'er. I'm like, so even the people that know me, like, I run into them, they're like, damn, dude, like, you don't even look like yourself. So I wouldn't expect a person that I knew from 10, 15 years ago in a very loose way to recognize me. But I recognized her. Sure enough, I get back in my car and I get an order for Jack in the Box. Drive out Jack in the Box is like a $9 offer. So I know, cool. I was $16 short from where I needed to be in this $9 order, and I think there were some hidden tips on them. Maybe not. I think maybe the change made it like 18 or something like that. That gave me $18. So that gave, no. I was $16 short of my goal. That gave me $18. That put me $3 ahead of my goal. And I go to pick up the Jack in the Box, and where's the Jack in the Box going? Back to the person I knew from high school's house. And in fact, I had to text them because they were out of bottled waters at McDonald's, and I guess they were out of regular Coke at Jack in the Box. So I had to text them on both of those and go, hey, hello again, it's me. Just wanted to see if they got flavored Cokes and blah, blah, blah. They're like, just give me cherry Coke. And they go, thank you for driving all around town for me. So I'm driving back. I'm thinking maybe now they'll recognize me because I'm coming back a second time. Maybe we'll get or maybe I'll instigate, hey, I knew you from back in the day. Hop out, get out of the car. And now there's more. Now it's her and there's like more people. They're all hanging out in the garage. So now I'm like, no, I don't really want to get into a conversation because it's not just her. It's like 2 or 3 other people hanging out there in the garage. So I'm just like, all right, here's y'all's food. You guys have a good day. Thank you. So if you did recognize me and you did realize I am who I am, thank you. Well, first off, hello. nice to see you after 10, 15 years. And thank you for those 2 orders, because that brought me up to my minimum goal. And third, don't worry about making me drive all over town. It's what I get paid for, and I'd rather drive all over this town than have to leave town. So that's how that week went for me, and that's how Sunday went for me, with a few blasts from the pasts. So I'm logged in right now. I'm just chilling at home. I'm going to probably chill out for a little bit more, hopefully get an order. If not, I'll probably just have to hit the road. But anyways, this has been Thomas's Dasher Stories. I'm on the road to 5,000 deliveries, and I've had some blasts from my past. And I'll see you guys in the next video.